So if you're coming over to Mallorca right at the end of the holiday season, which is on the 31st of October, well, you're taking a bit of a gamble, not just with the weather, but also with what's actually open in the resorts. Now, as we approach the end of the season, we're not only seeing a temperature and a weather change as we head into the weekend prior to the 31st of October, we're also seeing a gradual closure of businesses throughout the resorts and throughout the island. So I thought I'd come down to Palmanova today. We're going to take a very sunny walk, hopefully, through the resort. I'm going to have a chat to you about what's going on around the island as well and what you can expect if you're coming over here for a late break. So as I turn the camera around, you'd be mistaken in thinking that this is October actually, because it doesn't look very much like summer over here. We've got plenty of people on the beach. We've got plenty of swimmers in the sea. But let's take a walk down the back of Matias Beach. Now, my goodness me, I'm just at the far end of Matias Beach. Here we can see quite a few holidaymakers down on this far end of the beach. We don't have any beach umbrellas or sunbeds down this side of the beach for this year, but I'm very pleased to see that the sunbeds and the beach umbrellas have remained on the sand. We are seeing a slow closure of many of the resorts around the island too, but not down here in Palmanova. So the 31st of October and the official end to the summer season over here on the island is midweek for 2024, which means that some bars and restaurants are closing ahead of time. But like I said, not down here in Palmanova. And I'm just over here by the Zen Bar and Lounge. They're just opening up for lunch here, and I've just had a quick chat to them and I've asked them about when their end of the season is. They don't know yet. They're going to see how it goes in terms of holidaymakers coming over here. And well, this is the same for many of the restaurants along the beachfront too. At the end of the day, when it does rain, you do find a lot of holidaymakers will stay in their hotels. So this is very much a weather dependent issue as to whether a lot of these businesses along here will stay open until the 31st and beyond. Now, I've had a chat to the Olive Tree as well this morning, and they're going to be closing on the Sunday. So that's the Sunday the 27th of October, like many other restaurants as well around the resorts. The good news is that while Origin Bar is going to initially close, they will be opening up in December as well, and of course they're going to have their Christmas offering too, but more on that later as we go on through into next month. Okay, so I've just come up down the side of the Olive Tree here, just to remind you that we have got plenty of places to eat behind Matias Beach too. I'm just outside the rather wonderful Fernando's. Go and check that out, but don't forget as well to head back and around Matias Beach. I do have actually a full guide to restaurants on my channel about fantastic places to eat behind Matias Beach. I shall drop a link below this video if you want to check them out too. Now, it's hard to imagine that these lovely sunny scenes over here in Palmanova may well be the last that we see actually for the next few days, because we do have a weather front rolling in, which is a little bit of a shame for anyone coming over here on holiday. And I'm just looking left here up towards the sky. We can actually see change is on its way. We've got a few darker clouds rolling in, but nothing that should really affect anyone's day to day. Now, because of the late half-term break for many schools over in the UK, and of course resorts like Palmanova, Santa Ponsa and Magaluf are trying to stay open into November, having businesses close early is not ideal. And in fact, I'm hoping I'm going to be coming down here to speak to a business owner in the next few days as well about his experiences over here and how he's able or not able to stay open. Now check this out, look, while we do still have the sun lounges and the parasols, the beach umbrellas down here on the beaches, look, we can see the start of a gradual removal of some of these. Now we've got the tractors on the beach. But look, check this out, look, I've got Pepe's bikes behind me. They're heading back to the bike rental shop. I always forget to pop in there actually, but if you are looking for something to do over here, Pepe's does tend to stay open over the winter. I'll pop over to see them very soon as well, but if you are over here and you're looking for things to do, make sure you pop into Pepe's bike rentals. They're just down the side of where the Olive Tree restaurant is. So this far side of Matias Beach has always been the most busy over the summer months, and we do have quite a few people down here today, But of course we do have a lot of surplus sunbeds, which probably explains why they're going to be starting to remove those very soon. I'm just looking over at the lifeguard tower here. We've got a green flag, which means it's all good for swimming in the sea. The orange flag means that the lifeguard isn't actually in his tower at the moment. It's probably nipped to the loo or gone to get something to eat, so don't worry too much about that. But anyway, let's keep heading along. So we're just coming up by Ciso Beach. Let's see if we can find out how long they're staying open for. Okay, good news from over at Ciso Beach. They're staying open until the 17th of November, so they're going to be a lasting presence down here on the Son Matias beachfront. As indeed as some of the hotels actually. So I'm just standing right in front of the Son Matias Beach Hotel to my left and the Globale Santa Lucia to my right. They're also going to be staying open for some days into November as well for some late breakers coming over here on holiday, which is also fantastic news. Okay, so I'm just outside of Ciso Beach and I've just bumped into Adam here. Hello. Adam, hello. Okay, Adam, let me know, why are you visiting Mallorca at this time of year and what do you think about it?
Great time. We've come because my family get time to allow kids to be off school at this time of year in the UK.
Yeah.
So we've come as a big group. They're all behind you at some stage or another. It's wonderful. The weather's perfect. It's not too busy. It's not too quiet. Yeah, we're having a great time.
Okay, that's fantastic to hear. And any recommendations for anyone coming over here at this time of year? Where's your favourite restaurant or bar been?
This particular place is quite nice, although the name escapes me.
Ciso Beach.
Ciso. Yeah, this is lovely. We try to not frequent the same place, get a bit more of a feel from various different places, so we try and get somewhere different for a breakfast every day.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Just stay on the front. We've just stayed on the front. It's been wonderful.
Fantastic. And whereabouts are you staying over here?
We're staying in the Zafiro Hotel, which is a little bit up the hill that way.
Okay. And good hotel?
Yeah, perfect. The staff are great. The entertainment's wonderful. There's the people that put in a shift here, like they're here from, or they're working from like 8 o'clock in the morning till about 11 o'clock at night. It's desperately impressive. Yeah,
people do work very, very hard over here. So you recommend that hotel, and it's I'll drop the name of that on the screen as well. It's one of the two Zafiros. I can't remember myself actually.
Zafiro something. There's a Zafiro Palace at the top, but we're staying at the other Zafiro. So yeah, lovely.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, guys, thanks very much for talking to me. Enjoy the rest of your holiday over here.
Thanks for everything you do.
Cheers. Bye. So absolutely fantastic. I love it that we still have holidaymakers coming over here to Mallorca right at the end of the season and having an amazing time. But anyway, let's come and take a look at the far end of Son Matias Beach. Okay, so this side of Son Matias Beach was never really that busy during the summer months. You would have seen on my previous videos, and you can see that they're stacking up some of the sunbeds here, ready to take them away from the beach for the season. But we do still have quite a few people down here, which is really, really good to see. But obviously not enough people to fulfill the huge supply of sunbeds and beach umbrellas. So we can just see the parasol tops propped up here on the wall. You can see where they've come off as well. Now, as we approach the end of Son Matias Beach, I can see Jill's soft ice cream shop, the very famous Mr. Whippy shop is still open. Get your Mr. Whippy ice creams in while you still can. I'm pretty sure she'll try and stay open as far as she possibly can towards the end of the season, but of course it really depends on the weather that we're going to have in the next few days. Let's take a final look at the F&C restaurant, which, as I mentioned in a previous video, I do believe that they're closing too. So I've just popped inside the F&C as well, and just like many of the businesses along here, they're due to close on the 31st of October, but they're going to see what happens with the weather as well, and if there is going to be demand for customers coming down into their restaurant over the next few days. Very, very dependent on whether they close early or whether they're going to try and see things out to the end of the season. So in some of the resorts now, we're starting to see a gradual removal of the beach services. We still have pedalos down here, we still have kayaks, we still have the stand-up paddle boards too, which is really, really good to see. Hopefully these will also be around into November as well, because even though we do have a bit of a temperature drop and a weather change, as you can see just looking up at the clouds in front of me, the weather is going to change midweek, but more on that from my island update, which I will bring you at the beginning of next week on the Monday. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to catch that video too. My goodness me, and inside the St Lucia around the swimming pool today looks very busy. Every single sunbed is taken down here. I'm just coming up around the front of Palmanova Beach. Quite busy on the water sports front over here as well. We've got lots of pedalos out in the water and a few kayaks too. A little bit choppy though today. Look, you can see the swell is coming through. Maybe a huge boat has passed by, just kicked up a little bit of a swell. But anyway, come on, let's head on down into Palmanova Beach. So coming over to Mallorca at this time of year means that even though we do get lovely sunny days, the sun isn't quite as strong. The temperatures are just a little bit cooler than we're going to find in July and August. Well, they're a lot cooler, I have to say, but it also makes it a lot more pleasant for me walking around making these videos. I'm still in my shorts and t-shirt today, but with the weather front coming in, it may well be the last time I can be in shorts and a t-shirt for this week at least. The weather does look like it's going to pick up again in a few days, but you can just feel there's change on the horizon. Look, we're just going to have a little look up at the sky here. Look at the clouds coming through. But this time of year we do get spectacular skies. We get some very dramatic weather. It doesn't mean to say that Palmanova is any less stunning. So let's just have a quick look at Palmanova Beach from this angle. It's a little bit less busy than Matias Beach. Still looking pretty stunning though for this time of year. And as you can see, look, we still have plenty of people in the water too. Let's have a walk up around the back. So as we head past the Diana Beach Club, actually looking quite busy now. They've got quite a few people in today actually, which is quite nice to see it for this time of the year. And we're starting to see some of the restaurants opening up for the day as well. Barbuda Beach being one of them. And just diving off the beach here, we're just going to take a very quick look at Delicious and Taylor's. Taylor's is open, but it's not busy, but I'll tell you where it is busy, and it's probably because this terrace is in the sun here, and that's Monroe's, which is really fantastic too. Also, heading down this road as well, I always get criticised for not going far enough down the back of the Zell, but I can see that Bora Bora is also open. In fact, everything is open down here, which is really, really good to see. Anyway, let's head on back to the beach. So the beachside Chiringuito is also open. A few people sitting out today. Goodness me, look, we've come up to a sea of unused sunbeds and beach umbrellas here, just at the far end of Palmanova Beach, although we do have quite a few in use a little bit nearer to the actual seafront. I have to say though, this is such a lovely time of year to visit when we do have good weather, and we have had largely good weather this week. Having these gorgeous October sunny days with fewer people around, I'm sure has been a fantastic experience for many people. Anyway, let's keep on heading through the resort. And we're just coming up to Il Tringo, little beachside restaurant. They normally stay open into November as well. And we're just coming up over towards Reflex, Il Tano and Castaways. Looking over towards Banana Joe's, it looks like they've already closed for the summer. Let's see how long Castaways are going to be staying open for. Okay, so just talking to Castaways, it looks like they're going to be open mainly through the winter. They couldn't guarantee they're going to be open for all of winter, but they are going to be open. Now it's a little bit hard to say whether Iltan is going to open up this lunchtime. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. It looks like they are opening up. They do have their door open, and I'm just coming up to the lunchtime period now, and we can see today that Reflex is also open. I pretty much think it's going to be the same story for them as well. These are very popular bars over here in Palmanova. They attract a lot of holiday makers, so I'm pretty sure the longer they stay open, the better for them too. I think they will get the trade. And just coming up past the Dolphin, I can see that is also open as well this lunchtime. And look at the streams of holiday makers we've got walking along the waterfront here down in Palmanova. Okay, so as we come along Palmanova waterfront here, look, we've come up to the whole section of beach umbrellas and sun lounges, which once again were never really that busy during the summer. And let's face it, I've done many walks down here. I'm going to go and see the chap who runs this, and let's see how long these are going to be staying on the beach. We can see some of their toppers have been removed now as well, so it looks like they're going to start pulling up some of the sunbeds down here. But let's see how long you're going to be able to rent the sun lounges down here for. Okay, so just chatting to the beach services guy down here, it looks like you're going to be able to rent the sun lounges if you are coming down here for a late break until around November the 10th. Of course, that's going to be dependent on the weather. If we do have summer coming back, then I guess they'll be around for a little bit longer. But for now, we're going to see the surplus being removed from the beach. Obviously, I don't want to leave removing all of these beach umbrellas until December. But this is why they're making a start now. But don't worry too much. If you are coming over for a late break, you are still going to find some beach umbrellas and sunbeds to rent over here in Palmanova. Okay, so I've just seen the bus fly past me. If you are over here on holiday at the end of the season, well, the cooler temperatures mean that it's much nicer to get out and about and explore around the island. So the buses you need are the 104 TIB bus, and that heads on into Palma and obviously coming back from Palma too. If you want to go further down the coast to go and explore, you need the 123 bus, and that will go down through Magaluf and onto Santa Ponsa as well. So go and check out the buses, and they leave quite frequently too, but just bear in mind that we will have a timetable change on the 1st of November if your stay does roll into November as well. The bus times will be a little bit less frequent, but you'll still be able to get around. So while we still do have plenty of holiday makers over here in Palmanova today, we are getting the autumn vibes because, well, there's a little bit of a nip in the air. It does feel a little bit cooler and fresher. You do feel like the resort is closing down, but it's not quite as closed down as some of the other resorts around the island. If you are looking to travel at this time of year, particularly for 2025, then just bear in mind that you are going to get a much quieter experience. You are going to get slightly more unsettled weather, but at least over here in Palmanova you're going to find plenty open, including the shops, right along Palmanova seafront. Now, I seem to remember this time last year, many of these little shops down here, these little touristy shops, the clothes shops, the souvenir shops had already closed well before the 31st of October, but that's just not the case this year, which is really, really great to see. Same goes as well across the road, that everything is still open down here. And I absolutely love it. Look, over here at the Chinese, the Peking Chinese, they're still rocking the €10 menu del dia, which is almost impossible to find anywhere around the island, but you can get it over here in Palmanova still. So we're just coming up by Ciro's here, and I've just asked them when they're going to be closing, and they're looking at around the 3rd or the 4th of November. Once again, depending upon demand, which again is really, really good to see. We've got some restaurants over here on this side of the beach, which are going to try and stay open beyond the end of the 31st of October season shutdown. Now let's just take a quick look over Escargador Beach today. Again, as we come further down from Matias Beach, we can actually see the beach is starting to empty out, particularly on this side. Escargador Beach is never quite as busy as you're going to find the other two beaches over here in Palmanova. Just have to say, excuse the truck noise. The Acme supermarket tends to shut around the end of the season too, but let's just have a little walk down along the front here. So what a lovely day today, my goodness. And what a chilled out beach experience you're going to get over here in Palmanova right at the end of the summer season. Just looking to my left here, the La Colmena restaurant is normally open over the winter too. I'm just going to go and find out about Golf Fantasia too. Let's see how long they're going to be staying open for this year. Check this out, look, they've got their Halloween display up. And we've got some good news from Golf Fantasia. They are going to be staying open until around the 10th to the 13th of November, depending upon trade and depending upon the weather as well. So at least if you're coming over for a late break, you're going to find something to do over on this side of Palmanova. Don't forget as well, we've got lots of little bars and restaurants as well across the road here, right behind the Azur, right behind Escargador Beach. Too, obviously they're going to try and stay open for as long as possible as well. I'm just coming up by the Fergus style Palmanova Hotel. This sometimes tries to stay open as well over the winter months as well. We'll find out more about that as we go on through the winter. In case you are looking for a late break, but just check out the location of the hotel. Look, it's right behind the beach. And look, we've got the Sunset Bar, we've got the Oceana restaurant and bar as well. I think this may be trying to stay open over the winter as well. I'm sure I've seen something about that on social media. We've got the Jolly Stars down here too, as well as Tuca Beach, all the way up to the Thai at the very end. So just coming along the waterfront here, it's great to meet the Edgerton family from Shropshire, who are also over here on holiday. Just a very quick shout out to you guys. Anyway, let's keep walking along. Okay, so that's just a quick look at Palmanova as we edge towards the end of the season, but I want to hear from you. What's your experience been of coming over to Mallorca for a late break? Particularly if you're heading towards the end of the season as we are here today. And also, what's your experience been of coming over to Palmanova or any of the resorts over in the Calvia area, so Santa Ponsa, Magaluf and Palmanova this late in the season? Drop your comments below because I'd love to hear. Okay everyone, I'm going to drop a couple of videos both here and here on YouTube as well. I'm going to be having my Mallorca in November video coming out soon, so subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you're thinking of coming over here for a very, very late break and all the amazing things that you're going to find going on the island during the month of November. But for now, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget you can find me in the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.